Alright, here with a quick video on how to move your character better in World of Warcraft and more specifically Season of Discovery. So I'm out here at the training dummies in Tanaris, and by the way, there are training dummies in Tanaris. They kind of work if you're a melee character, they don't work at all if you're a caster, but they're good enough for demonstration purposes. I want to show you a few things. First, I pop open my options and I go to key bindings, and I bind strafe left and strafe right to A and D. These are usually bound to turn left and turn right. And strafe left and strafe right are usually Q and E. So by doing this, I free up two important keybinds, right, for my abilities. A and D and W and S are really all I need. And Q and E are actually abilities. So I can't turn my character left and right with my keyboard. I mean, I can with my arrow keys, right, which is not shown right now. But this is really clunky and slow. This is a slow way to turn your character. And so instead I use my right mouse button. And this is the only way that I turn my character when I play World of Warcraft. So now we know how to strafe left and right. We know how to turn with the right mouse button here. So I want to show you a few cool things you can do. One, you can maintain facing on the target. So if this combat dummy is a boss, I really want to maintain facing, especially as a spellcaster, to make sure that all of my spells are going out right on time. And with strafe and holding down right mouse button, you know, this is only costing me one finger on my keyboard and my right mouse button, and I maintain facing perfectly. Another thing I can do is run away from this training dummy, and I can still cast spells at it while I'm running away. So normally, you know, with basic movement, if I were to cast a spell and then turn and run away, I can't cast the spell on the target anymore because I'm not facing it, right? So I'd need to face back and then throw my spell. So there are a few ways to get around this. One, you can run away from it without fully running away from it, or without fully facing away from it. And to do this, you strafe away from it. So as you see, my character's facing this way, but this combat dummy is technically still in my field of view. And so I'm able to hit it. And so I can run and just keep shooting this combat dummy over and over again. Another thing we can do is do the old PvP jump backwards, which there was a little bit more going on there, so I'll do that again. So I'm going to strafe jump, and during my jump I'm going to turn and look at the combat dummy. So strafe jump, turn, look at the combat dummy. Strafe jump, turn, look at the combat dummy. And I can do this over and over again and very fluidly move perfectly backwards. And while I'm moving perfectly backwards, I can cast spells. So this is a really nice, convenient sort of movement tactic. The last thing I can do, I'll show you on this hive drone, is I can run away from targets normally, and I can face my camera back toward them and cast damage over time spells. There are a bunch of spells in World of Warcraft that are not facing dependent, like damage over time spells, dots, most CCs, so polymorph as an example, and all healing spells are not facing dependent. So if I want to interact with this target dummy, you know, I can face it and attack it. I can strafe away from it and attack it while I'm strafing. Or I can jump backwards repeatedly. Or I can face fully away from it and I can only cast damage over time spells. Lastly, if I hold down both mouse buttons, I can run. So this frees up my hands to eat food or drink or whatever. And then I have an auto run hotkey on my keyboard so that both hands off, I can still run around. I think that pretty much covers it for movement basics. If you get used to this, really just binding your strafe keys to A and D is a huge thing. Then your character will move more fluidly. You'll feel like you're more in control. And I think you'll notice that it's much easier to survive in a raid setting where you need to dodge mechanics, etc. You'll also have 2 free keybinds on Q and E. So I hope that's helpful, and thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Good luck raiding.